He's a big guy. No wonder he's a defensive lineman. Trent Wilson joins us over to talk everything football. Brother, you got a lot of schools looking at you because of prowess. How are you so young and so like brolic, man? You are taking the world by storm in the state of Maryland.
For sure. I think it's the people that I'm surrounded by. I'm surrounded by a lot of great people who have a lot of great connections. Unlike my dad, unlike with my trainers and with my like dietitians and everything, I've been connected with the people that have put me in right like places and the right gave me like all the materials and everything I needed to perform my best. And I'm just blessed, really. I'm just blessed that I have all these people that want to see me win and that are supporting me and that's been there since day one, really.
And that's important. Dr. Henry Wise, high school, Upper Marlboro, Maryland, 6'3", 270 pounds. Um, who were some of your inspirations on the football field, the NFL, or even in college?
So growing up, I've been looking at Aaron Donald a lot. He was the person that people have like matched my game to, and I see flashes of him as well. Just like that explosiveness and just like being able to move quickly at like a high weight and tall. So like people have compared me to him, and I see like similar traits as well.
Yeah, that's a big comparison, a big comparison. A lot of times in talking to musicians and
Mhm.
people in other sports, I often ask them, what sporting event or at what moment in sports made them fall in love in that particular
Mhm.
discipline. In football for you, what was that moment in your life?
So I started playing football when I was 5. I pretty much like took it on from there. I pretty much like just loved the game after that. I never did like the flag football. It was always contact, and I just found love in being physical and being in the trenches, like with the D linemen and with the O linemen. And that's the so like as time went like on, I just started to take it more seriously because I seen I had a gift that many don't have. Like I just started to like just like every day, get 1% better and just like taking off really.
Taking a cursory look at just the schools that have shown interest in you: South Carolina, Alabama, Auburn, Florida State, Georgia. Um,
Mhm.
what does your mailbox look like when you're getting letters and stuff like that from those schools?
It's definitely a lot of mail. It's a lot of mail. Sometimes I can't keep up with it really, but it's a lot of mail from pretty much everywhere like in the country really.
So when you look at South Carolina, for example, are there any players that you've seen at your position that have stood out, or is there anything about that school that stands out to you?
Not so much about South Carolina. They just started to recruit me. Well, not recruit, but they offered me maybe like last month. Really, I'm
Yeah.
not really too much in contact with South Carolina. Really.
Alabama, they have a rich history
Mhm.
of winning championships. Who
Mhm.
at your position have you seen come out of there and shine? What do you like about the school?
Yeah, Alabama is definitely a great school. As far as like D linemen, they play in the SEC, so they definitely are good with developing defensive linemen too.
When I look at Auburn, I think of Cam Newton, and I also think of Charles Barkley on the
Mhm.
basketball side. What about Auburn? What do you like about them? What success have you seen from Auburn? What do you like? What do you dislike, and more?
I think Auburn is a good place. A lot of good D linemen came from there as well, and a lot of great coaches at Auburn. There's a lot of new coaches up there that I built like great relationship with, and they definitely do well with like top tier D linemen.
Florida State, the Seminoles, same question. That's to me, that's a punt return school. That's a
Yeah.
quarterback school. You think of Dion. You think of some of the other people who've come out of there. Does that fit your style?
Yeah, Florida State, yeah, they fit my style some. Yeah, they fit my style. Coach Adele Higgins, he's a good D line coach. He has a great resume, like defensive lineman, especially back then. he did like a great job with developing defensive linemen. And I think that Florida State has a great program.
The Georgia Bulldogs, they make
Mm-hmm.
noise. They make a lot of noise. Basketball
Mm-hmm.
school, football school.
Mm-hmm.
Same question there. What have you checked out? What success
Mm-hmm.
come out of there? What do you like?
Yeah, Georgia's a great place too. They up there with the D-line universities, like as far as like top tier and like developing defensive linemen. They definitely have a great resume with that. They definitely put defensive linemen like into the league, and they're definitely known for defensive linemen more. Well, in my opinion, I think they're more than like in position they have there.
They talk about manifestation being real, and
Mm-hmm.
you definitely. I've been paying attention to you and just your level of being meticulous about a myriad of different things. What you eat, your schedule, your schoolwork coming first, and
Mm-hmm.
the football field falling in line with that. With that being
Mm-hmm.
said, on the manifestation front, when you look at colleges and you look at all the different things that are going on there, um, do you have a wish list? Have you created a wish list? I know we talked about that a little bit.
So I look at colleges. I really just look at the places where like I'm like most comfortable at, like the coaching staff there, the environment that they have. So of course, like every college they're gonna have, like great nutrition and they're gonna put you in the right positions. But we take it to the like think about like alumni from there. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think like, are they gonna put me in the right position for the next 40 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna want to come back to that college to do, like to make the college better and to put other people in a great position as well, the same position that you were in. So I think you just gotta look at it from a standpoint of, am I most comfortable here? Am I going to try my best here? So I do my best here really.
What does a day in the life of you consist of?
And then like for me, I wake up at like 6:30 in the morning. Then I get ready for school. I eat. I go to school. Then I have speed workout, and I have weightlifting, and I have recovery. And my days usually end around like 10:30. So it's a pretty long day.
What music keeps you upbeat throughout that course of the day?
Mhm. I like I like R&B music, or like go-go, or like old school. I'm pretty much like an old school guy, really. I don't like the new school music, really.
You know
Yeah.
that's good to hear because a lot of young people, you hear them talk about the baby, you hear them talk about Future,
Mhm.
Young Doug, Gunner, all that other stuff. Are you talking more like Genuine on the R&B side? Are you talking Frank and Beverly and Mase? I mean, are
Mhm.
you talking Anita Baker? What artists specifically?
Like Biggie and like who else? Like Mase. And like some
Okay.
people like that. Yeah. I like that like rap and R&B style music.
Most people would in your age bracket would look at Mase as a podcast host.
Yeah, some people know who he is.
What you say?
Some people don't like even know who Mace is.
When did you put that two and two together? That it was the It Is What It Is podcast host with Cameron. That was the same guy that was the rapper. Did you connect that right away?
Nah. I started listening to Biggie, and then I like got put on to like other rappers from him, and then I started listening to Tupac, and then Tupac went to Mace, and then just like that whole era, like it's a lot of great music, like in the 90s and 80s, really. It's a lot of great music.
Yeah, you also you're studying
Yeah.
you're studying the past while
Yeah.
paying homage to those who came before you while looking towards the
Mhm.
future. I like it.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
In the same vein, when you look at football, who are
Mhm.
people that maybe were bridge gappers? Everybody will say Dion, but who are guys? You talked about people at your position, but who are
Mhm.
football players that maybe you've studied that maybe not play the position that you play that you respect,
Mhm.
that you like, that you know that are known that are still relevant today, or maybe the young people in your age bracket don't know them.
Mhm. I think Ray Lewis, his like ambition, like his energy, like on the field is really like unmatched. Like his pregame, like celebrations and everything. Like this is energy. Like I try to like do the same thing he does. Like before my game, I like to be turned up. I like to be just ready to go, ready to get dangerous, be dangerous. Like I just like if he had like a lot of energy, and he brought his players up with him. and that's how they were so great.
You talked about playing football all the way back
Mhm.
to Super Five and playing real football.
Mhm.
Did you ever play any other sports besides football?
No, it's always been football. Always been football.
Okay.
Yeah,
Were,
always been football.
were you always the biggest kid in your class?
Up to high school. Then high school, I started to see people that bigger than me.
Okay. When you played
Mhm.
football, was D line where you started? Where did you start at position wise?
So my freshman year, I was at St. John's, and I played H back. That's like a full back.
Mhm.
I have like a different package, and then I did good there. I played there for the whole year, for my whole freshman year. Then my sophomore year, that was when I started at D line. But I always been a defensive lineman though. But they just needed me to do that for that position for that year. And then from there, I've been playing D line ever since.
Do you see that
Mhm.
position? Because I know, like, so for basketball example, somebody
Mhm.
you look at Anthony Davis in high
Mhm.
school, he played point guard, but now in the NBA, he shifts between power forward and center. Do you find that at your size, D line is going to likely be your position in college and the pros, or do you see yourself kind of moving around as guys may be even bigger when you get to the next level?
Yeah, I see myself playing like the whole D line really. It's gonna be like huge like offensive lineman at the next level, but I'm also get bigger as well. So I don't think like that would be a problem with what I'm saying, like bigger people or anything. I just gotta keep working on my craft and keep getting better with myself and not focus who's in front of me, but to play up to my standard really.
Tell me something.
Mhm.
How does football field swag
Mhm.
carry over into the basketball field or basketball court rather for basketball players? And does that basketball swag potentially carry over for football players as well? Like, do you see like there's a mixing and matching of how guys carry themselves in that respective sport and it crosses over into others?
No, I think football players have pretty much their own style really. I, I think we more physical than like basketball players really. I don't see me like I don't think too many football players like really care about fashion like basketball players because basketball players they definitely have like great fashion, but they like people say they like pretty boys really because they don't really be too physical, but I think football players basketball players have different fashions really.
Do you think that there's any basketball players that
Mhm.
could naturally cross over and play on the football field?
I think LeBron James could. I mean, he played football like in high school. He played football in high school and he was pretty good. So I think he would be a good football player.
What
I think
football
he could.
player could naturally cross over into basketball?
Tyreek Hill could be a good basketball player. And
Okay.
I think he an athlete. Yeah, he's definitely an athlete. So I think he'd be good in the basketball court.
What's the best piece of advice that
Mm-hmm.
anyone has given you as you've been going through this process? Because you're going to be the big man on campus soon. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
responsibility. What's some of the best advice that folks have given you?
Pretty much my whole life, like, I've been told to just continue to be humble. Like all the blessings that are come my way, they could easily be taken away from me if you would come too big headed and if you become too arrogant. So just continue to be humble and continue to just be thankful for what you have and be grateful because there's a lot of people who don't have things that I have and that don't like are not like position that I am in and like don't take like these opportunities for granted because like I said like it can all be taken away like from injury there could be something in the world that's happening and you can just be forgotten about and you can just not be there anymore. So yeah, I think that was the thing that like I walk with like every day. Just continue to be humble and just continue to be grateful for the things that I have.
When you're not playing football and when
Mm.
you're not in the classroom, what are some of the hobbies that you enjoy?
I like lifting and I like cooking. I like lifting and cooking.
That's a good combination. What is your
Yeah.
specialty of choice in the kitchen?
Mm. I like cooking steak.
Okay.
I like cooking steak or like lamb or something like that.
You know, Biggie had a
Mm.
line: T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite line right there. Yeah.
Now we living better now. Coogee sweater.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Couple more questions before we get out of here. We talked about Biggie. Do you have a top 3 of favorite singles from Biggie?
Yeah. One More Chance.
Okay.
Gotta do Juicy
Okay.
and Big Problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Or what's the other song? More Money, More Problems.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, PG County produces a
Mm-hmm.
wealth of just talented people and
Mm-hmm.
sports, entertainment, and more. You ever sit back and wonder what's in the water?
I think sports here are just very like underrated, and like people here they have something bigger to go after. You know, like from here it's a lot of poverty, and like it's a lot of people that didn't grow up like in a stable home or something. So they're playing for the people at home and not for themselves. So they have something bigger to play for. It's just like bigger than what like people see it as, and like we just have like a different motor really.
Who was the first professional athlete that you met, or athlete in general that you met, and after meeting them or seeing them, you just were motivated?
I did meet Michael Parsons when I went to Penn State, and just like he was a little shorter than me, but he has done some great things that you know like a person for his size like really can't do. So that gave me motivation. Like, you know what I'm saying, size don't matter, but I'm saying like sometimes it do. And I think that he gave me a lot of motivation to like, you know, just be confident like in yourself that you're gonna make it and just keep your head down and just keep working.
And he could hoop too. He did his thing in the celebrity
Yeah,
basketball game.
yeah, you did.
Yes, sir. He definitely did his
Mhm.
thing. And you're doing your thing, brother. I've learned that you are an old soul. The world is yours, and
Yeah.
nothing can stop you. You all the way up. Thank you so much for your
So,
time, brother.
so thank you. Thank you.
Amen.